This week on The Modified World, I go to New York and meet somebody important. So stay tuned. So, welcome to The Modified World, the weekly web show about body modification, the people who do it, the people who get it, and why it matters. I, of course, am your host, senior piercer up here at the world-renowned Pangea Piercing and the purveyor of all this YouTube madness, JC Potts. And this week, went out to New York, Long Island, to meet up with a young fella who, for those of you who aren't up to speed, okay, a few weeks back, I get a call from a kid who says, hey, my best friend's your biggest fan. You ought to give him a shout out. And I'm like, it's not really my bag. And he's like, dude, he's got cancer and you'd be a real if you didn't do it. So I'm like, okay. Long story short, his mom calls me because, of course, like I said, kid's got lymphatic cancer and he might not make it. So she's like, look, when you gave my son that shout out and tweeted at him and stuff, it really brightened his day, man. Could you come out and show him some support, give him some love, maybe film an episode of The Modified World, his favorite show, with him on it. And I'm like, well, of course I would. So after a bit of a possibly ill-advised attempt at getting the airlines to go ahead and comp my airfare, I went ahead and said, well, screw it, I'll just go out there. And so I did. It was kind of interesting, though. I'd never been to New York State or City or anything like that. Hell, I'd never even been to the East Coast. So it was a pretty interesting experience for me. On the ground in Long Island, waiting on Mr. John Alonzo, middle name Danger, on his way to come over and scoop me up. About to go see what sort of adventures we can get into and go meet Mr. Chris Huckstadt. Things are about to get real. This guy, holy shit.
How are you?
Go ahead and give me some hugs here, man.
What's going on?
Not a whole lot, man. Just waiting on
so where are
Very
you?
nice to meet you. Summer, you said? Very nice to meet you. That's right, man. This is how it is in the real world, man. When you're involved in this scene long enough, there ain't no hotels, there ain't no taxis. You just call people. That's right. Me and Mr. Alonzo slow rolling the neighborhood, rolling up to Mr. Huckstadt's residence. I have to admit, I'm gripped with a little bit of apprehension. In a lot of respects, too, because, I mean, this is kind of heavy. I mean, I'm not used to this. It's not like I'm some real celebrity or anything like that that actually, gets this type of stuff, man. This is the first time that something like this has ever happened to me. Although it was weird, on the plane up here, I sat next to a guy who's a presenter for a major cable sports network. Of course, we can't say exactly who, but he said that happened to him once too, and he said it profoundly changed him. That after the whole thing was done and shit, like he cried and he stayed in touch with this kid. It's a totally different situation, but a similar type of situation. And that now the kid's like about to graduate high school, and he stays in contact with this guy, and he's like, man, this is a good thing that you're doing. It's just, whew, I've had to make 4 or 5 trips around the block to kind of work up my nerve and stuff, man. It's weird. I've never been nervous to meet a 15-year-old kid before. What if I'm a big disappointment?
If you were a and a loser, you wouldn't be here.
Well, okay, but what if I'm a disappointment, though?
Dude, I think this is a
oh, man.
corner of I'm terrible at directions. I delivered pizza for
I don't know. Everybody's got their street light, their porch lights on and stuff, man. It's like everybody's expecting company. This is a nice neighborhood, though. There's decent furniture thrown away. Well, that's how you can tell. It's like, hell, that's still usable, man. Yeah, Detroit, man, somebody'd sell that. There's a lot of cars.
There he is.
Oh, shit.
And look, he's got furniture out there, too.
Holy shit. This is a nice neighborhood.
Yeah.
Man, there's like people, I can like see them. Oh, hell. Oh, man. Yeah, this is when I officially like, okay, I try to work it up, man, because I don't want to be all like big pussy in front of this guy and be like, I'm nervous and be like, wow, you're a man. I thought you were cool, man. Turns out you're a big sissy. Jesus. Woo, boy. So this week on The Modified World, I meet a kid with cancer. So stay tuned. Holy shit. And it's real and happening.